Hey Geminis, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be your monthly intuitive messages for the sign of Gemini. So I hope you're doing amazing today. I want to dive in and just get started. When I got into your energy, first thing that I saw, they showed me like a massive freeway with like six to eight lanes across. Everybody's going different speeds. Some people are changing lanes. And I did feel a little bit of this like overwhelm. Some of you, I think, are trying to navigate. Well, oh, okay, thank you. Um, Navigate different choices, different options. Some of you, it's actually about like jumping timelines. Just how it's coming through. Go at your own pace, is what I was hearing. Just go at your own pace. Choose the pace you want to go at. You don't have to try to match other lanes or match the other cars. Like that's how they were giving it to me, just metaphorically. Like, don't get so focused or caught up on, yeah, the car next to you, in front of you, the car's like 6 lanes across from you, or what they're doing, or oh my God, they're coming into your lane. Like, don't get so focused on that. Just go at the pace you want to go, drive the pace you want to drive, and get in the lane you want to drive in. So, lots of different ways that could be taken. But that's what wanted to come through. I'm going to use the, what is it called again? Archetypes. Yeah, the Archetypes deck by Kim Crayons. That's linked below if you are wanting to check out any of these decks that I use. All the other decks they use are linked there as well. Okay. All right, Gemini, let's get into this. They're also immediately showing me it's like a pinkish red kind of color. My initial instinct was to say ruby, but I know that's not right. It's like very, very pink. Some of you are working with strawberry quartz. That just came up pretty strongly. Fire agate just came up as well. Okay. Wait, hold on. Why is this red coming through for Gemini? They said just keep going. But now they're showing me like a red triangle. At first I thought it was just a crystal, but now they're actually showing it to me in the shape of a triangle, almost like a trine, like a grand trine. Some of you could have a grand fire trine in your chart. Not necessarily. We don't have a grand fire trine right now, but we do have a water one, which is kind of interesting. Ooh, interesting. We have the thread and it's red. Look at that. And we have the warrior. The warrior's been coming up a lot. That's more of a collective energy. So collective energy just showing up in your reading here. This came out with the Aloha Friday video I did for September 27th. So whenever you're watching this video, by all means, check that out if anything comes through that may resonate or if you feel called to do so. The rainbows are really sticking out to me as well. That also came out in the Aloha Friday collective read. But the thread, I feel like the thread is literally what I'm picking up on with the cars, right? It's like decide and stick with your decision as far as what pace you want to go, what timeline you want to walk, what lane you want to be in, and all of that. It's all about what thread you're deciding to stick with. You are Gemini. So Geminis do have this tendency to walk multiple lines at the same time, but this is really about choosing one. The red thread, it's called the thread, but it's just the red is really sticking out to me for you. The redness of this thread, I feel like is really, I'm hearing blood. Interesting. I was gonna say, again, what you're choosing for your soul, like what thread or what line your soul is walking and is aligned with. Just try to stick with one. I know that's not really your nature, but there's something important about that of maintaining focus on the one. Okay, especially with this like rainbow coming through. It's like it's only help you stay into alignment if you allow yourself to just choose the one thread, the one lane, the one pace, the one focus, the one. Warrior coming through here, I feel like is about that diligence. Yeah, they're saying yes, 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 yes. It is about your diligence of making these choices and sticking with them and not getting focused on anything but yourself, your choices, but your choices, on anything but your choices right now. Again, they're drawing you to like getting distracted with like the other cars and their other speeds and everything that all the other cars are doing, maybe even what other people are doing around you and what's available to you. You have to decide what you want, not necessarily what other people are doing because they're following their thread. You need to follow your thread. Yeah, that's how that's coming through. I want to get one more. Can I get one more, please, for Gemini? I'm trying to hone in on the warrior, but they're saying diligence, diligence, diligence. I'm like, okay, it's about diligence. Okay. Can I get one more for Gemini, please? They're highlighting 0. I always call that the God number. or integer. They're saying integer. Is it really? It's not technically an integer. Anyway, not important. But they're just highlighting that. Can I get one more for Gemini? As it relates to the one. Okay, now we're getting real macro. I'm hearing like alpha, omega, beginning and the end. Oh, yeah. Wow. Mask. Okay, Gemini. Masky mask. Also, not surprised it's coming out for you. I feel like this is also very Gemini in. The mask can speak to trickster energy, but not always. But it is about the masks we wear or how we are not being authentic or what we're hiding or how we can learn to be vulnerable. That's just typically what this relates to. But I feel like getting focused on other people, other people's moves, other lanes and all of that, again, not focusing on your own car, your hands on your steering wheel, your speed, your pace, all of that. It's actually reinforcing the mask is what I'm gathering. It's taking away from what's underneath the mask. It's taking away from what is authentically you. All the rainbow, man. All of the rainbow colors. Look at that. Look at all of that. It's basically, Gemini, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, and you're going to be a lot happier for it and a lot less stressed out for it as well. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and pull some other cards. I am drawn to these Star Codes Astro for you today. So let's do it. Any messages or insights for Gemini at this time? Give me a lot of blues now. Blues, 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 blues. I mean, you do rule the throat, Gemini, the throat chakra. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it's referring to. What's with the blue? What's with the blue? It's starting to feel kind of like cool and like icy. Cool and icy. This could be referring to winter. It feels very like it's almost feeling frozen. Like it was like a calming, peaceful, serene sort of energy, like water actually. And now it feels like it's getting cold and kind of rigid, frozen. Gemini, your personal waters may be getting rigid, maybe getting stagnant, and you may need a little bit more flow going on for yourself. While I feel the water element here, I keep wanting to say the throat is involved in this. Like something's getting locked up in your throat. Something's getting locked up in your throat as it pertains to your emotions that are trying to move through you as well. You may need to be honest with yourself about all of what was coming up here. The more you look outside of your own car and look to what the other cars are doing, the more the mask gets solidified and the less flow you have. And I want to say, the less ease you also have of acknowledging yourself and your truth and your voice, your ability, your comfort to express. So some of you, not all of you. Ooh. Hold on. Okay. Wow, interesting. Okay, so we have Jupiter and Saturn coming out, the team. This is the dynamic duo. Look at all that blue on Saturn too. I'm hearing the dynamic duo. Even like 23 and 24, they're progressive energies. One comes right after the other. They are also next to each other in orbit. One is the restrictor, the teacher, and the other one is the blesser, is like how I want to say it, provides the gifts and rewards for the lessons learned under Saturn. They work together. The expander and the contractor are here. Dual forces, dual. You are the sign of duality. You are Gemini. While this is definitely speaking to your nature, I keep hearing duo, dynamic duo. Why do I feel like this is actually about like teamwork, team effort for you? Maybe a desire for teamwork, team effort. Yeah, a desire for teamwork, team effort. Because again, it's like one expands and is positive and optimistic and gives blessings and rewards and feels good and is a little indulgent, and the other is very like rigid and firm and almost like elder energy and like this is the way and this is not the way and here's the structure and here's the rules and here's the karma, right? Both of these also speak to karma. Some of you are very aware of your karmic exchanges, is how that's coming through. Karmic exchanges, where you are at on the wheel, whether you're in ebb or whether you're in flow. There's a lot of just like, I almost want to say miscellaneous messages that I'm getting for different groups of people that just need confirmation. Which, by the way, any of my readings that you come across, most of it should be confirmation for you, just as a general rule. Yeah. But there's something about duo, 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 duo. So, Gemini, if you've been in a time of expansion, you may be coming into a time of growth and restriction. And then also vice versa. If you've been more of like a Saturnian sort of space, you could be going through an expansion at this time. Okay. Very interesting. Can I get one more for Gemini, please? One more for Gemini. Of course, your card coming out here, Gemini. Gemini with cross pollinates. It's about the duality and the options again. The duality and the options. Thank you. Sorry about that. They're also just confirming what I already picked up on with like the lanes, right? The lanes and the cars and all the activity. You're going to get a lot more out of your circumstances and your situations by applying some discipline and some structure to all that's available to you with this Gemini card out here. Gemini is like literally just the infinite fractals of truth and possibilities and realms and timelines and information and knowledge and all that stuff. Saturn being right in the middle is saying pick a lane. Pick a lane, pick a pace, pick your focus, keep your hands on the wheel and look forward. And you'll be all the better for it with Jupiter backing all of this up. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They're just confirming. They're just confirming. Okay. Let's get some more cards out here. Hmm. I definitely want to go with more of a tarot deck here. Let's do beautiful creatures. Okay. If I can pick it up. Okay. Focusing on Jupiter first. Yeah, because like imagine what happens when you're on a highway, right? And you're in your car and you're looking at all the other cars. You can't figure out what lane you want to be in. You can't decide what pace you want to go. You're gonna crash, right? You're gonna crash, or you're gonna end up not really making it to where you want to get to, or it's just gonna be very stressful and scattered and just kind of all over the place. There is benefit to structure. There is benefit to focus. There is benefit to making decisions and sticking to them. And again, the more you look outside of yourself, they keep bringing up the mask here, Gemini. Hold on a second. The more you look outside of yourself and get distracted, the more that mask stays in place. I almost feel like there's a discomfort here for you. I hate to say of staying still, but kind of, or it's not because you're not really being still. It's more like focus. If you allow yourself to just stick with a pace, with a focus, a lane, something about the energy gets really uncomfortable really fast, which tells me that there's probably some stuff, Gemini, um, that may be bubbling up to the surface because there's space to, because you're giving it space. Because you're giving certain space for that allow it for to allow that to happen. Yeah, to allow the bubbling up to happen. Because the more distracted you are, the more you place your focus on all these other things, the more comfortable you feel, the more comfortable you are. You're actually very comfortable with chaos, is what I'm gathering for a lot of you. There's probably many, many reasons as to why that is. It doesn't even, they're saying it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter as to why that is. I'm picking up on different reasons, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that's like, on some level, that's a skill to be comfortable with chaos. But what about order? What about harmony? What about peace? There's a reason you're uncomfortable with those things. And that will be coming to light as you allow yourself, right, to maintain focus. Can I get a card for Jupiter, please? By the way, we're going to go deeper into this. Oh, thought that was on Do Not Disturb. Sorry. We will be going deeper into this on a part 2, which will be linked below through Vimeo or through Patreon. Can I get a card for Jupiter, please? Maybe. Can I? Thank you. It's like, come on. Yeah. Ooh. Page of Pentacles. I'm hearing financial stability, which is kind of interesting to come through with the Page of Pentacles. I mean, Pentacles does rule financial things and material things, but the Page of Pentacles to me is more like an ally card, a card of trust and dependability and consistency, even having a little bit more trust and faith in yourself and getting plans together. Sometimes it is a bit of a student energy as well, or going into learning a new skill. I'm hearing trade, learning a new skill or learning a new trade. Some of you that might be on the table for you, only you would know, but also it's coming down to your own decisions here. The gift of being able to choose a lane, stay focused, choose a pace, keep your hands on the wheel and look forward is stability. It's establishing trust. Some of you, there's a lot of root work going on for you as well. Yeah, I'm hearing trust, 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 trust. It's establishing trust in yourself, trust in your own capabilities. And I'm hearing lessening the fear and lessening the fear and lessening the fear. Some of you, there may also be some allyship and friendship that comes about for you as well as a gift for all of this. Can I get a card for Saturn? For Gemini? Can I get a card for Saturn? Hold on, sorry. Little itchy itch. Okay, I will take both. Wow, yeah. Knight of Swords and Judgment. Well, that is very Saturnian, isn't it? Well, actually, the World card is more Saturn. Judgment is actually very Pluto and fire. It's more like scorpionic energy, but Saturn being clarified by your court card with the Knight of Swords. You can also see the twinsy twins are there with along with everything. And then Judgment. Again, this is Saturn saying, yes, focus. Yes, you need to choose. The Knight of Swords is highlighting communication and expression as well, which is something that I was getting before. So some of you may need to be honest with yourself or honest with other people in order to do this, in order to choose a focus or choose a lane or choose a path. But Judgment here is also the spirit really saying like, yeah, you need to. Sometimes that's just the energy of Judgment. Judgment comes in a lot of flavors, but I feel like it's reinforcing Saturn on the Knight of Swords to say choose, express, speak up. Oh, gosh darn it. I guess my network's coming back online. I got my phone. So, no, not my phone, but the network. The network had an outage today. And so I woke up and couldn't like make calls, text, nothing. Anyway, so probably coming back on. But that's what I'm getting here, Gemini. I'm also getting a bit of a distracted energy, which makes sense because I feel like, again, you're looking at the other cards and you're getting distracted and getting unfocused, undisciplined. This is Saturn, and this is also Spirit just saying, buckle down. Buckle down and and also thank you. And also be disciplined with your mind. Be disciplined with your mind, be disciplined with your thoughts, be disciplined with your word, master your sword. Remember, this is something that's been a collective energy as well that's been coming up. And I just feel the pressure of it here with you. I feel like there is going to be something you need to say. I do feel that with the Knight of Swords. Well, a lot of this just feels like an internal experience. Yeah, I do. I feel like you may need to speak up to certain people. For some of you, it's to establish boundaries. How do I want to say this? Some of you, it's for accountability. Like, how do I say this? Like some people, okay? Some people, when they want to achieve something, they tell people because it keeps them accountable to like sticking with it. So if they stick with it, then they can like talk about it or like their friends are going to ask about it and it just helps to keep them accountable. Like I'm getting a little bit of that for some of you, just as an example. Let's go ahead and look at Gemini. Oh, excuse me. Tell me about Gemini. Oh, the possibilities. I'm hearing you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Some of you may be considering certain opportunities with people, and it feels like um, an exchange of opportunities. I can do this for you if you do this for me. Be careful with that. It feels a little conditional, right? Which, if it's business, I get it. Like sometimes, that's just how things go. But we are also moving into a space where there is unconditional giving and receiving, just as it's aligned to our intentions. And so just be mindful of the energies that you're working in. Okay. Anyway, we have Gemini with the Knight of Pentacles. So two knights, the swords and the pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles also supporting the Knight of Pentacles card. Hold on. Nobility, integrity, honor. Knight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. The Knight of Pentacles does get the rap for moving slow, but they're like the right-hand man. They hold the keys to the gates, if you will. They can be a guardian, gatekeeper kind of energy, but they are loyal, they are dependable, they are reliable, and they have a lot of honor and integrity to them because they hold a lot of responsibility, because they maintain consistency. Sustaining is what I'm hearing. Sustaining, long lasting. This is something that is on your mind. I feel like you want to be in this energy of the Knight of Pentacles. Like you want to act in this energy. You want to embody this. You want to carry out that level of integrity and respect and honor. I think you also want to be seen in this way as warranting respect and honor. I'm hearing due diligence as well with whatever it is that you're choosing, with all of the options here that Gemini is bringing for you. Very strong Mercury as well between these two cards, with Gemini and Virgo energy at play. Mm, mm. Yeah, they're just bringing it back to discipline. Discipline of the mind, discipline of the mind, discipline of the mind, and your words. Be careful of your words, Gemini. There's something about that, especially with Knight of Swords and Judgment coming through here. Kind of want to pull a card on that. Where am I? Where is that really showing up in the cards? Be careful with your words. Be careful with your words. Be careful with your words. I feel like it's like literally in between the two. Hold on a second. There's something happening between these energies, Gemini, you being disciplined and then realizing how you want to show up in the world and in your life, or in a certain situation or circumstance as you are picking a lane, so to speak. There's something about choosing your words in the middle of this. So I'm going to get another card here for that. And then I think we're going to move into part 2. Can I get a card for that, please? Choosing words, choosing words, choosing words for Gemini. Unity. Be mindful of trickster energy, your own and other people's. I'm also just feeling that. Oh. Okay. So we have the Tower with 2 of Pentacles. Pentacles are just all over the board for you. So a lot of you, this could be pertaining to finances, work, even just your own self-esteem and confidence, but just pointing it out. But the Tower with the 2 of Pentacles in reference to be careful with your words, choose your words, be careful with your words, choose your words. Forcing a choice is what I'm hearing. Forcing. Yeah. Forcing a choice. I feel like if you're not careful with your words, you're going to cement certain decisions for yourself and for other people. Feels a little bit like jumping the gun. I'm not going to say it's entirely bad, but that's just what I'm feeling. It's like once you say something, you can't take it back. And once the toothpaste is out of the tube, you can't put it back in. And words have power. Words are spells. Words are also curses. And depending on what you say, when and to whom and in what context, you could solidify decisions without even realizing you're solidifying decisions for yourself or for other people. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Just like as a really mundane example, like if you were in a romantic relationship, right? And you're like not really sure of like if it's ending or not ending, and then it's like, I don't know, you have a predicament You have a predicament or an argument, and then out of nowhere, out of frustration, you just say like I'm out of here, it's over, ah. And then only to realize like you kind of forced the end of a relationship, maybe when it wasn't really what you wanted, or maybe before you were sure, or before something was really clear because you're so distracted, right? By looking at the other cars and the other lanes and etc. that you kind of jumped the gun before you really knew what you were choosing in the first place. You see what I'm saying? And you also force the other person to make a decision without them having to actually make a decision. Like that's kind of what I'm gathering here. Forcing a decision. So be careful with your words, Gemini. Okay. All right. So we're going to dive into part two where we're going to get deeper into this. We're going to pull more tarot cards and see what other details want to come up for you, Gemini. But if this is where we depart, I hope you enjoyed this reading. And if you're going to join me for part two, I'm going to see you over there. Take care, Geminis.